back with one final gum-chewing World Cup update. And probably the end of the ridiculous thumbnails for a little bit. The World Cup is over. We had the third place game. I got my busted bracket here. Like I said, if I didn't pick the Brazil to win it all, I would have did better. Realistically, I would have probably had, if I had England go through Brazil, I probably would have had Argentina beat England. So I would have gotten one half of the final match right, but I didn't do that. Still fun to do though. I'll go to the third place game first. England beat France 6-4, so we have goals left and right. Now, a lot of starters didn't start. Kane did not play. Bellingham came in late and actually got a goal. I don't know who didn't play for France. Gordon didn't play for England as well. Do it, Gordon. Well, England scores Rice at 3 minutes, Konza at 18. That's Aston Villa's Konza. For now, probably won't be in a week or two. Saka has the hat trick at 37 minutes, a minute into extra time, or stoppage time in the first half, and a penalty kick at 87 minutes. And Bellingham scores in 8 minutes of extra time, stoppage time, in the second half. Mbappe scores at 48 and 66 for France, Barcola at 54, and Dembele at 6 minutes of stoppage time in the second half. So it was 5-4 there before Bellingham got that win. They were up 4-0, I think. Yeah, they were up 4-0, England, and then it was 4-3. If they blew that game, not resting your starters or not, that'd be terrible. 19 total shots for each team, 11 on target for England, 9 on target for France. Big chances, 7-6 in favor of England. Touches in opposition box, 55 for France, 34 for England. So they were going nuts. England missed 4 big chances, so they hit on 3 of them. And France missed 2, so that means I guess they hit on 4 of their big chances. Shots inside the box, 16 for England, 12 for France. They were probably just treating it as a friendly, I guess, right? It's getting dark out. We're supposed to get some thunderstorms today, so wouldn't be surprised if some thunder pops in, but yeah. 5 keeper saves for England, 4 for France. Pickford also did not start for England. Saka with a 9.71 FOTMOB rating to lead the way. Mbappe was second at 8.93. But yeah, third place game. They were you could tell they were all friendly and stuff before the game, treating it as like, yeah, whatever. We're gonna get some playing time and shit. Have some fun. Orange slices at the half. So they finished third, England, France fourth, and then Spain is the champions. They win 1-0 against Argentina. A guy in Argentina, I forget his name, he's going to end up getting suspended or some shit. He, attacked a dude on Spain after the game was over. There's been tons of videos just going at Argentina in terms of their antics and their dirty play. Apparently, I did not watch this game. But Ferran scores at 106 minutes, so that was into the first part, the first half of the extra time, the overtime. Now, this was a point where I pretty much, I think, Argentina didn't get their first shot until, on goal until, the 117th, 115th minute. Messi, they were saying, was pretty much invisible. They locked him down. That, I think, has more to do with defense. Yeah, if you look at the shot chart here, you can see all the stuff on Spain's side. They did nothing. 2 total shots, none on target for Argentina. 20 total shots, 12 on target for Spain. Now, I heard Martinez, Emiliano, is that how you say his first name? Martinez. for Argentina had the most saves in a World Cup final. So he was doing well. That's Aston Villa's goalie right there. Yeah. I'm more interested in the Aston Villa players, what they did. I'm pretty sure he's still there too. I think he's committed to staying there. They looked like they were going to lose him, but apparently he's staying. I could be wrong. But 4 make big chances for Spain, 3 miss. There's not like they did that's nuts for Argentina. 2 total shots, and they were not inside the box. They had 8 touches in the opposition's box. Now Spain let up 1 goal. They conceded 1 goal the whole World Cup. I'm pretty sure, including the group stage, which is nuts. Oh no, it says here they had a shot inside the box. Argentina had a shot out. It's 1-1. 853 total passes to 464 in favor of Spain. Yeah, 11 keeper saves for Martinez on Argentina. Obviously, the dude on Spain was just, I guess, fucking trying to stay awake the whole game. Spain wins all the duels. Argentina has 1 more tackle than Spain, 4 more interceptions, 2 more blocks. 4 yellow cards and a red card for Argentina. Apparently they were like really, I saw some of the shit that was like, holy shit, dude, what are they doing? And I think that guy attacked him. I would assume he attacked the guy afterwards. If the game was over and they were cheering, everybody's cheering, this guy like runs in and like kicks the guy to the ground or something. I was like, that dude, he's gonna get suspended for whatever the fuck, what's the league they're in? What is the South American League called? I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up right now. Someone will be telling me in the comments before I look it up. CONMEBOL is governed by CONMEBOL. Features 10 member associations. Top 10 domestic. Oh no, there's different leagues they're in. I don't know. Either way, he's being. I was like, what is happening? I watched that video. I was like, what the hell is happening here? But a lot of people are saying it's like this, awful World Cup final. I don't know. I didn't watch it. Spain was defensively, like everybody's like, Spain is an all-timer here for what they've done throughout the whole tournament. Of course, there was a fucking halftime show because why wouldn't they put a halftime show in America? It's in the U.S., everybody. Gotta get a half-hour halftime show in there. Don't treat it like the Super Bowl. It's not the Super Bowl. It's a World Cup final. It should be treated differently. Like, that annoys me. Because I forgot about it. I was kind of watching the game cast, and I'm like, why is it still halftime? And then I was like, oh, wait. There was a halftime show. Of course there was, but... yeah, just... 1-0. Spain had a goal taken away that apparently... earlier in the game, I would assume... that apparently was a weak foul call, apparently. I didn't see it. Let me know in the comments. It was apparently a weak one, so people were like, if they had lost that game somehow, it went to penalties and they lost, they're like, integrity of the game would have been screwed, even though everybody considers FIFA corrupt as hell anyway. And I feel like that's been a thing for ages. But congrats to Spain, Argentina. Great run for them as well. They were the defending champs, so. Now, Messi's 39, I believe. Will he play in the next one? I mean, if he keeps himself, if he's in good shape, I don't see why not. The dude was playing, the fact that he didn't do anything in the final, obviously, doesn't play on him. A lot of people call him the greatest in the sport of all time. I'm not going to argue it. I don't know enough of the players. But clearly he is, or he's top 3. I mean, he was nuts the whole tournament outside of pretty much that game yesterday. But Spain was doing that to everybody. They were shutting everybody down. But people don't know if he's gonna come back. I would think he would. If I was gonna guess, why not? If he's capable, they'll put him on the team. They're not gonna be like, no, dude. If he's like, oh, I want to get, they're not gonna be like, no. You know, maybe he doesn't like play as much as he did this. You know, maybe he's not the starting striker or whatever. You don't want to see what he's doing. I mean, at this point, he was 39 and he was freaking. The England game, he was just doing fucking all over the place, making moves, everything else, and all the other games too. He's scoring goals. So he didn't get any goals in the England game, but he had at least one assist, I believe. So it's like he's getting it done. At 39, he looked like he was 25. So I would think he'd come back. Who knows? Unless somebody comes up in their system, in the country or wherever they're playing, and it's like incredible. I'm like, dude, no, this guy's got to play instead. But that dude, I forget the dude's name, who got the red card. I should have looked on FOTMob. Where it is? Facts of the game. Fernandez sees red. This is what it says. Torres decides World Cup finals. Fernandez sees red, and Messi falls short. That's Spain's second World Cup championship. Argentina has 3. Brazil tops with 5, right? Does Germany have 4? But yeah, it got pretty dark out there. Sky's getting dark. I forget what movie that's from. But yeah, World Cup's over. It was fun watching the games. You know, U.S. didn't make much noise. Expected. I threw him an extra game bone than I should have. But I didn't have them going past Spain if they happened to beat Belgium, and they didn't. They got dominated. But, you know. Now, the thing is, the next World Cup in 2030, I think it's. Are they playing they're playing in South America a bit, and then also in Spain, Portugal, and Morocco? Are they also, I know those 3, but they also, let me look this up. If I still have a YouTube channel in 2030 to do another World Cup. If I'm still doing it. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Paraguay, Uruguay, and Argentina are all hosting, as are Spain, Portugal, Morocco. So I would assume they're doing certain groups in South America and then certain groups in the Africa and Europe part of it. And then I guess, well, if you have that works, because if you have the groups you have the certain groups on each area, and then you'd play those half of the tournaments in each area, and then you have to find a deciding place to play the game. Who's going to get the final game? I don't know. Here, it was in MetLife Stadium in Jersey. But that's cool. So we got 6 different host nations for next World Cup. And until then, there's going to be leagues everywhere. North America, South America, Europe. Everywhere else that has soccer or football will have one. Everywhere. Every continent's going to most likely have one. So I'm excited for the Premier League. Getting excited here. It's less than a month, or just about a month from the first game. I will most likely be on the train for at least part, if not all, of Aston Villa's first game against, I believe they're playing Brighton. So I will be following that on FODMOB. And I will do a Premier League ramble for the first match week down there. But not a successful one here for me. Congrats to Spain. Congrats to everybody. Oh, that's what I was saying. USA they're not going to be a host. So they're not going to get like an easier group. So they're going to get bounced early unless they get their shit together. That's what's funny about the U.S. Every time they make a little noise in the World Cup, they're ready to take the next step, and they don't take the next step. I don't know why that is. I'm sure there's hundreds of reasons, but I'd love to see him do well. I'd love to see him get to a semifinal. You know? I'd love to see it. And they might add more teams. They're thinking about adding to 64. They're going to make it March Madness. It's going to just be like college basketball. Which I think is diluting it even further, honestly. Because in reality, I feel if you add another 16 teams, that is, you're throwing teams that most likely would not be there in there. And it's like, these teams are going to be getting destroyed most likely. Okay, you probably have some upsets, of course, but I don't know. But anyway, the World Cup's over. Congrats if you're a Spain fan. If you're a fan of Spain, congrats. If you're a fan of football, it seemed like a pretty good World Cup. Now, a lot of people were bashing on the final. I didn't watch it. I can accept the defensive struggle. But now that third place game, 6-4, you're getting your money's worth if you like goals. Even if they're barely playing defense, probably. Aston Villa has a friendly tomorrow, I think, actually. Let me look that up before I turn this off. Player of the match was Emiliano Martinez, Argentina's goalie. Aston Villa's goalie. I mean, look at this. Look at the heat map. He was getting a hell of a game for him as well. But I don't know for sure if he's going to... I heard that he's staying with them, so... With Aston Villa, so I hope that's the case. Aston Villa tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. is playing Walsall FC. I assume, yes, that is in the West Midlands of England, according to FODMOB. And Walsall, West Midlands, England. At the Pallet Track Bescott Stadium. I'm probably saying that wrong. Insights. Aston Villa hasn't lost in 5 matches. Walsall haven't kept a clean sheet in 8 matches. That's never good. But yeah, little break here, and then Premier League is back in. I'll do a Premier League ramble. Maybe like later this month or early August. Just talking about